everybody, how's it going? It's Jamie, the Crafty DIY guy, and I'm back. I've got some Christmas DIYs for you today. Imagine that. And all of these projects are either projects that incorporate some Dollar Tree items or some very easy to find items at places like Michael's or Amazon. I am super stoked about these videos because not only are they some cool projects, or at least I think so. This is also a collaboration with the Cozy Christmas Cottage channel. If you know Shannon from the Daily DIYer, she is a huge Christmas fan, so she has created a channel that is devoted to Christmas all year long. And this collaboration is called the Christmas Tree Collaboration because all of the DIY experts, I feel goofy even calling myself a DIY expert because some of the people that are in this video are incredible and I'm actually fans of theirs. So for me to be a part of this video, I'm like honored. So thank you all. But they are going to be sharing some incredible DIY projects and they're going to be sharing their Christmas trees with you. So let's get into the video. But before I do that, I know you guys thought I forgot you. I have to thank my OGs, my long-term subscribers. I call you guys my OGs. It means original gangsters. It's like a term for friends. You are my friends. You're my family. And I appreciate you guys so, so much. This is like our second Christmas together, I think. And if you are one of my newer subscribers, thank you guys so much. Don't worry, you'll hit OG status soon enough. And if you happen to be brand new to the channel, or maybe you just stumbled upon the video because YouTube recommended you, thank you, YouTube. Then, of course, I want you to subscribe and stick around, and I hope that you will enjoy the video. So let's get to the projects, and remember to check out the Christmas Tree Collaboration playlist that I will link in this video below. And, of course, check out Shannon's other channel, The Cozy Christmas Cottage. Thanks, guys. As a reminder, this is a Christmas tree collaboration from the Cozy Christmas Cottage channel. Be sure and check out all of the incredible DIY projects and Christmas trees from all of these extremely talented DIY experts. I am absolutely honored to be sharing video space with all of them. You can find a link to the playlist below. And speaking of Christmas trees, this is my absolute favorite. My mother made this tree in the 70s and gave it to my grandmother. When my grandmother passed away in 2017, I inherited this tree and I treasure it. I always set it up at the beginning of November. It has that built-in music box in it, and it is the perfect way to kick off my holiday season. For my first DIY project, we're going to take one of these Dollar Tree candlesticks, also a Dollar Tree cloche. I know that these things are very hard to find. I also grabbed a package of these wooden blocks, and then I had some of these little critters and trees and such that I picked up, I believe, the last time that I did a haul in Williamston, South Carolina. So the first thing we're going to do is take some of our hot glue and we're going to glue the base of that cloche right on top of the candlestick. It actually fits perfectly. So go ahead and hold that in place, let it dry, and then take it outside and spray paint everything. I just spray painted the candlestick and the lid just to make sure that everything fit. While that's drying, I'm taking one of these tiny wood craft blocks and I'm going to paint it red because this is going to be a small little present that's going to be inside of my little scene that I'm doing here. So I'm just taking this red Waverly chalk paint and I'm just going to paint all, 6 sides of this thing. And I'm going to get my fingers dirty, as you can see. And then once everything dries, I did take some twine and I just made a cute little bow that I'm going to glue right on top of it. Now for the bottom of the cloche, I am going to kind of put some of this felt fabric down in the bottom of it to make it look like that there's a little bit of snow in there, or at least to help cover up some of that brown that may be showing through just from that spray paint that we did. Now, I did end up doubling up my layer of my felt there, as you can see. And then I'm going to take some of this spray adhesive. Still not a total fan of that spray adhesive from Dollar Tree. And I am going to add some of these snowflakes that I did pick up at Dollar Tree to that glue. I'm going to sit there and let it dry. I did have to let it dry for quite a while before I started adding my little pieces here. So I'm going to add my tree. My tree is a little bit taller than it needs to be, but that's okay. I'm going to go with it. And then for the reindeer, I'm going to stick some glue, and then I'm going to shake the camera, and I'm going to put some glue on the bottom of his feet, and we're going to fix that, and we're going to glue him down right next to the tree. And then for my little present, I am going to put that nestled right next to the tree and the reindeer, creating my perfect little scene. I took some wide ribbon that I had from Dollar Tree and just wrapped it around the base of that candlestick. And then I decided to go ahead and take my ribbon and create a bow and just stick it to the front of that. This is totally optional if you wanted. I may end up even taking it off and just keeping it nice and clean. It really just depends on what I end up doing with the mantle at Christmas time. But for now, I think you will agree it is super adorable. I love the way that this looks, and you can really customize this and create anything that you want with it. And for my next DIY project, we're going to use some of that fake snow again. I do have a container of it that's still open, but I wanted to show you what the package looks like. I found this great rectangle frame. I'm not going to be using the lemons in the back, but I will save that for another project. And then I found this great gift bag with a red pickup truck. It's like a industrial truck. And the first thing I'm going to do is take the cardboard backing and that lemon paper off of that frame, and I am going to save that for something later. I'm going to use that cardboard, and I'm going to trace around the truck. That cardboard is nice and sturdy, so it gives me a good line to be able to draw around with my pencil. And then I just simply cut it out with my scissors that I got from Slice. And again, just making sure that those cuts were nice and straight and good and solid, and just literally cut the gift bag out. Now I'm going to take some of this Elmer's glue stick, and what I'm doing on it is actually just kind of rubbing it on with my fingers. And I'm only doing it in the areas that I want snow. So I want the snow to kind of cover the truck and, be on the trees, be on the wheel wells, to kind of make it look like it's out there in the snow. And this is a little messy, but that's sometimes the fun in a DIY project, right? And once you get the snow completely covered on that truck, making it look like an absolute blizzard, you'll set it down and you'll just stop touching it and you'll let it dry. And then once it dries, you'll kind of shake off some of the excess snow, and you may have seen it really quickly what it looks like. Then you're going to flip it upside down. You're going to put it back into the frame. You're going to put that piece of cardboard back on there as well, because that's going to help hold it all together. And you've got the most adorable little wooden, or not a wooden truck, but you've got a red truck with a great little snowy background. I think it's a really cute picture. It could be fun in the bathroom. It could be fun in the kitchen, really anywhere. Now, my next DIY project is not going to look very Christmassy to you, but it has a lot of options. So I have these great letters that I picked up from Amazon that are kind of like a wood cardboard, and I have this really large piece of wood that is left over from my pergola renovation that I did to my house not too long ago. So this is actually a really lightweight board, and it's more of a trim. First, I'm going to take it outside, and I'm just going to spray paint it white. I just want to just kind of freshen up the white board. It already came white from Home Depot, but again, I'm just kind of freshening it up. Then I'm going to take my letters and I'm spray painting them blue. Now, this blue is my favorite color, and it is a blue that I use all the time, and it is all of my kind of porch accessories are this blue color. So now that everything is dry, it is time to start putting my welcome sign together. Now, this is the fun part. And yes, by the way, you'll see that this time my C is not going to be upside down. It is actually going to be a correct C, and not upside down like I did on my Christmas banner, which has been fixed, by the way. All right, so for this next part, we're going to go ahead and start gluing our letters down to the board. The best way to do this is to just kind of space them out, and then once you get an idea of how you want them laid out, I recommend taking a ruler or a straight edge and just making sure that you have the proper amount of space between each one of your letters. Now, I did kind of glue my letters, I feel like, a little close to the top. I wish I would have left a little bit more room at the top, but that's okay. I'm going to go with it because the letters are kind of that cardboard-ish woodish stuff. If I tried to peel them off of here, it would just end up tearing them or even ruining my board. So it's not worth it to me. I'm going to make it work. And again, I'm just going to love the way that this looks. So this is what it looks like right now. Now, yes, it is not very traditional Christmas, but you will notice in the stores there is a lot of navy that is being incorporated into fall decor as well as Christmas decor. So my plan is to add some embellishments, perhaps a bow like this one here. I love the way that this looks, and what I really like about this is that I can use it all year long, and I can literally just change out that bow and make it my own for each one of the holidays. My next DIY project is a Dollar Tree sign. I'm going to actually take one of these gift bags and I'm going to mount it on this board. I saw something very similar in Kirkland's and I thought to myself, I could make that with a really cool Dollar Tree gift bag. And then I found this really cool Dollar Tree gift bag. Now that board that I'm using is something called Common Board. You can get it at Home Depot. It's actually extremely lightweight. And what I love about it is it looks nice and sturdy, but it's not going to fall off the wall. It's not going to tear down the wall. And it is actually something you can really work with. So the first thing I need to do though is actually trim my board down. So as you can see, my bag is a little bit bigger, or my board rather is a little bit bigger. And I want to really make this look kind of vintagey and cool. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to literally just kind of start cutting this bag. I laid my board on top with the ruler. I'm going to mark my board where I need to trim it. And then I am just going to start cutting around that gift bag right where that white line is, because everything within that white line everything within that white line is what I'm going to be mounting to my board. Now I took my board outside and I did cut it down with my circular saw. I didn't want to film and show you that because I might cut my finger off. And also now I'm just taking some of my antiquing wax and I'm just going to work on the edges of the board itself. What I'm going to do is just kind of make this look like that it is going to be mounted on a piece of board. And I just want that really dark, rich wood kind of look to really act like a canvas. I want this to look like it's a very expensive piece of artwork that is mounted on a canvas. So I'm just using my antiquing wax, going to let that dry, and then I'm going to pull out a ton of decoupage. Whenever I'm applying decoupage, I always grab some of these makeup sponges from Dollar Tree. I'm putting a pretty generous amount on this board because of the wood, but also because that gift bag is a little bit thicker of a material. So once I get that decoupage glue kind of spread out all over the place, then I just add the picture on top of that board and just make sure that it's as centered as I can possibly get it. Then I am going to take a luggage tag because I couldn't find my wallet to grab a credit card to actually use that to help smooth out the bubbles, but the luggage tag worked perfectly fine. Now, if you remember that gray towel I used for the antiquing wax, it still has antiquing wax on that cloth. So I'm just going to go back and forth over the reindeer picture here just to give it a little bit more of an aged look. You could do this as heavy as you want or as light as you want. I chose to go kind of somewhere in the middle. And this is what it looks like when it's all done. I'm kind of holding it out from the wall here so you can see the board and see how thick this looks. To me, this looks extremely expensive, like something you would find easily at a Kirkland's for probably $30. I took some beaded garland from Walmart and just trimmed it down to use that to hang this plaque up on the wall. I love the way this looks so much, and I'm going to go back and buy the other gift bags and make matching sets.